Hello and welcome to Dave's Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson we're going to be looking at some sweeping. So this lesson is inspired by the craze I've seen going around every so often, which is the 30-day challenge. Set yourself 30 days to learn how to do something. I've seen some people try the 30-day challenge with sweep picking, but I have noticed some people have actually been learning the sweeps wrong, or they've not really got their technique right, so they're basically just spending 30 days practicing some bad habits, which if they decide to go back and relearn these things properly, it'd be a lot harder for them to do. So I figured I'd come up with this little lesson plan. So I'm going to be doing a video each week where basically there's going to be 2 or 3, maybe even 4 or 5 exercises to do each week. Now I just want to say that I don't think that what I'm doing here is going to make you a master of sweep picking, but it's going to give you a good insight into the technique, and by the end of it you should know some pretty cool sweeps and be well on your way to being able to do whatever you want with sweep picking. So if you suddenly decide to take this idea and come up with some different ideas, or to learn some different ideas or harder sweep picking exercises, then at least you've got a really good grounding of how to do them. So as always, these lessons come with a resource pack. I'm going to be giving the tabs away for free in the description box below. There's going to be backing tracks that I'm going to be playing over, which you have access to in the description box below. So in this video we're going to be looking at 3 different exercises that you can do every day this week. So we're going to be doing a C major arpeggio. These are all going to be 5-string sweeps in this week's lessons as well. And we're going to do an A minor arpeggio. And then the third part is going to be doing a C major and an A minor arpeggio, so we're going to be linking the two up like in a 2-bar chord progression. But one thing I can't stress enough before we go to the guitar neck is make sure you're doing them properly from the start. So don't bypass the slow parts, doing it slow and making sure you get each bit correct. But we'll come to a bit more about that as we get into the lesson. So let's zoom to the guitar neck and we'll go through the notes and what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we've come to a close-up of the guitar neck, and we're just going to go through the notes that we'll be playing for the C major arpeggio first. So we start by playing the A string, 15th fret with your little finger. Then it goes down to the 14th fret with your 3rd finger on the D string. The 12th fret with your 1st finger on the G string. 13th fret with your 2nd finger on the B string, then the 12th fret on the high E string with your 1st finger, then we play the 15th fret of the high E string with your little finger. Then we're going to be playing that note again, and this time pulling off back to the 12th fret. Then we'll go to the B string, 13th fret, G string 12th fret, 14th fret on the D string, and finish on the 15th fret of the A string. So we're basically retracing the steps when we come back up. So all those notes together should sound like this. Okay, so let's go through a few things about the technique that we'll be using. So first of all, just get used to familiar with those notes, because that's going to be the important thing to start with, is making sure this left hand is in track and we can actually keep playing these notes. Now, when it comes to the sweep side of things with your right hand, now this is the problem that I've seen come up a few times with watching some of these videos of the 30-day challenge, is that people aren't actually sweeping. Now the idea that we want to be going for is that your pick will go through the string and just rest on the string below it. So you're not actually picking the note, you're just letting it fall to the string underneath, and the same again. So it literally just stops on the next string. And then that takes you right the way to the bottom of the strings. Now that's the motion of a sweep. The last thing you want to do is actually pick the notes, because that kind of goes against the object of doing a sweep pick. Sweep picking is very economical, and it means you don't have to move your hand too much. This is why you get so much speed out of it, because you're not actually using your hand doing an alternate picking or even picking each note individually. You are just going all the way down the string, so it's almost like a strum. So when you're first practicing this is why we start at a slow tempo, so we can literally work on pushing through the string. You don't have to press very hard, you don't have to pick hard to do this. If you do, you kind of lose some of the effect. It's quite a smooth sounding technique, so you really want to just let it just glide through the strings. Some people find sweeping easier going downwards, some people find it easier going upwards. Everyone's different, but if you start off and practice these properly, then it shouldn't really be a problem anyway. You should be eradicating all errors that you might pick up. Remember, learning bad habits means that you'll have to put a lot more work in later to fix them. So when we start putting them together, you really want to make sure that only one note is sounding at a time. So when you go to the next string, you're only letting one string come out. Sometimes you'll find that people, I won't say be lazy with lifting the fingers off, but when you bypass doing these things slowly, you tend to find that people will just, and it sounds more like a chord. It's not very much like a sweeping action. So every time you've played a note, you're about to play the next one, the finger that you've just played should be released. So we're basically going down, 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 down. Then when you go to the 15th fret, you're doing an up pick. Follow that with a down pick, which leads you to the pull off. Then we rejoin the picking at the B string, and we go up, up, up from there. And again, be very strict with yourself about making sure you release the fingers after every string you've picked. So I'm going to start at 60 BPM. During these exercises on this video now, I'm going to be doing it with a metronome. But at the end, you'll see me doing this with the backing tracks because it's a bit more enjoyable and you get a bit more out of it. You know, it has more of a musical context to it. But as you'll notice when I put the metronome on, it does feel very slow. Now, this is, like I say, very important for making sure that you're getting all your technique right. But also, I found it really helped me when learning to sweep that I understood the count. Now, you might notice that if I was to play all the notes, you realise that it basically has 6 notes going down, 6 notes going back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means that when we're playing, we're going to be playing in like a triplet feel. Like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, or diddly, 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 diddly. So one of the reasons I like to start slow is because I really like to get myself in tune with the count. So let's try this now with this metronome at 60 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So what I do is, I do them individually first. So I go all the way up and all the way down and stop. Then when I've got that done, I'll do all the way up and all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. So I'll do it twice and then stop. Then I'll do it 3 times and stop, and then do it 4 times in a row and then stop. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that wasn't quite as smooth as I would have liked, but it's definitely the way that you start off. Just getting used to those ideas. Now, throughout the days, what I would say to do is then move on by going up 10 BPM. Some people say go up 5. I personally found that I've always gone up by 10, so I've started on 60 there, so then I would go up to 70 BPM. So if you get through 60 BPM with no mistakes or errors, then go up to 70 BPM. When you can do that with no mistakes, I always go up to 80 and then go up to 90 and so forth. What I usually find is there'll be a point where you can't do it perfectly, and that is the key here, doing it perfectly. If you can do it but it's not perfect, you can't do it. As I said before, my philosophy is practice doesn't make perfect, perfect practice makes perfect. So if you find that you get to the point where you can do it but you can't do it fully right, like, or it just doesn't feel comfortable, in that point then I'll go back by 5 BPM. So say I got to 120 and it didn't feel comfortable, I made mistakes or anything like that, I'd go then back to 15. Now on to the second exercise in this first week of practicing, the A minor arpeggio shape. So this should be a bit quicker to go through because the picking and everything is the exact same, so the pattern is the exact same, but we're just playing different notes. So this time little finger's going to be on the 12th fret on the A string, then it goes down second finger on the 10th fret of the D string, first finger on the 9th fret of the G string, second finger on the B string at the 10th fret, then the first finger now goes back a fret, so to the 8th fret on the high E string, then it's to the 12th fret on the high E string with your little finger. Then we do the same, so we pick that again and pull off back to the 8th fret. Then we basically retrace our steps again. So B string 10, G string 9, D string 10 and A string 12. So it's going to be down, 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 up, down, pull, up, 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 up. And the patterns are the same, the number of notes are the exact same, so it's just a case now of learning the shape. So same as before, just get used to those notes. Like there, you notice I didn't actually do a very strict sweep picking, I was just getting used to the notes. Then we practice the same thing, so the pattern's the same, we basically just go up and down it. And then we do the same thing, so we'll start with his metronome at 60 BPM again. And we do the exact same thing, so I'm going to be going 1 time, stop, 2 times, stop, 3 times, stop, and then 4 times. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 'Now what I used to do when I was practicing these kind of things is I would make a note every day of what speed I got up to, feeling comfortable and being able to do it every single time. And then the following day I'd do the same thing, and then the following day the same thing, and you usually find that every day you'll get a little bit better. Now the third thing we're going to practice is just putting the two together. So it's going to be going up and down a C major arpeggio, then up and down the A minor arpeggio. Exactly the same thing again with the way we practice. So it's going to go down and up the C major, and then down up the A minor. And like I say, if you have access to the backing tracks, make sure you practice along with them at different tempos, because it just makes it feel a little bit more enjoyable being able to play over the chords that you're actually outlining. So I'm going to do this again now with a metronome at 60 BPM. I'm going to go up and down the C major, then have a pause, up and down the A minor, have a pause, then I'm going to go up and down the C major, up and down the A minor, then pause, then I'm going to do that again but do it twice, then a pause, and then 3 times. And you can see we can do whatever little patterns you want to with this. I personally like to put a pause in there just so I'm giving myself a little bit of chance to recover, and I'm building myself up, I'm building up my stamina as I go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So thanks for watching this week's video, which is your first week's challenge of exercises to get you going at sweep picking. Next week we'll do another sweep picking exercise plan, so the plan will follow the same kind of formula, just doing short practice sessions, just making sure you do it every single day, but we'll have some different sweeps in there. Remember to check out the resources in the description box below and the free tabs that are there as well. So if you like this lesson, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with all the lessons as I upload them, and as always we'll see you next time.